Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to another show. Hope you guys are doing well on this 8th November 2024. I want to wish a happy birthday to Céline Dufour, my best friend for now 10 years. If it was for me, she'd be gone after 2, but hey, she kept me around. So we're doing a movie review of one of the greatest movie I saw recently. And trust me, I saw a bunch of movie. We're actually going to do 2 movie, right? And it's going to be the... It's actually weird. Sponsored. No, sponsored, but could be. It's actually really funny. Rob Burgundy. I watched a movie. And honestly, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? I didn't like it the first time. And I watched it recently, which is yesterday and today. The first one yesterday, the second one today. I say, what a great piece. I think Rob Burgundy is one of those movies that you cannot pay attention. You don't have to be literal with it. If you're literal with it, it's not that great of a movie. It's an okay movie at best. But when you really take the time to to foresee the actual concept and look at the humor, you see, Rob Burgundy, right, is classic Will Ferrell. It's not this Will Ferrell, and I'm sorry if I'm racially profiling a white guy because I'm white. The Will Ferrell is a typecast. So what is a typecast? It's when you use an actor in a lot of similar movie in a lot of similar fashion. Will Ferrell is the classic dumb white guy that was born very fortunate or became very fortunate but don't necessarily know how to do it. Even in the other guys where he's played a cop, he's a desk jockey. A desk jockey. Which is pretty fucking funny. So Rob Burgundy humor is so cool. It's such a niche kind of humor, but when you hit that niche, it is amazing. Rob Burgundy is a movie. The first movie actually, Rob Burgundy is phenomenal. See, I'm gonna be honest and say, as a viewer, Rob Burgundy possibly not the best. As a commentator, as a reactor, it's amazing. The first movie states, okay, well, guess what? There's women in the workplace. The first movie is about that. We're men, right? This is a man's job. This is a man domain. But there's women coming in. How do we feel about that? And it's about equality. Well, in the movie, Rob Burgundy, right, who was a great reporter, has a co-host who's a female, and the female is a better reporter because she's a better reporter, then she's the best reporter, right? Fuck Rob Burgundy. The humor in the first movie is like, oh, but this is a man's job, and there's an actual really funny, and it's not supposed to be funny. So the actual thing that happened, which is really funny, is, and I know I'm gonna regret saying this in 5 years, 10 years, but I don't give a fuck right now, and we're filming this right now. But there's a lot of, like, there's a moment of the movie, a couple of scenes where the co-worker of Ron are being sexually inappropriate in the workplace. And ultimately, it's disgusting. It's disgusting because, look, it happens in real life. However, it is portrayed in such a silly fashion that you're like, holy shit. And as a dude, as a man, you're supposed to see that and say, holy shit, this is dumb. Right? And that's brilliant. Fun fact, Will Ferrell, gay. Really, he's gay. Well, I think maybe he's gay or bi, I don't know. I know he has a boyfriend, so. So whenever he's being appropriate with a woman, it's kind of funny because you know the guy is gay, right? So it doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, would it be funnier if it was a straight dude? Possibly not. If it was a straight dude, maybe it would be weird, but now that was Will Ferrell, there's this fine line that we can cross, right? It's like Nicocado Avocado hitting his boyfriend on YouTube. Now, a man hitting a woman, right, is disgusting. It is disgusting. But, it is under conjugal violence. You're hitting your partner. What if your partner was a man? What if it was 2 dudes eating each other? Would you give a shit? That's what we're trying here. That's what we're doing here. So, Rob Burgundy, once again, I think the humor is phenomenal. I think Steve Carell is my favorite character because you get those guys, right? And they're kind of normal. You got they kind of have their own quirks, their own kinks, and it's special. But Steve Carell playing this, he calls himself the R slur, the retarded slur, which is a bad word to use. You shouldn't use that, even though we just used it. Sponsor. Not really, but still. And it's like, it's funny. Now, my one complaint about the movie, to me, the movie is great, but I have one complaint. A lot of the shit that's happening, right, happened in the second movie. So the first one, historically speaking, and that's the beauty of Rob Burgundy, right? That's the beauty of the comedy. Yes, it's a comedy, but it's also kind of like based on a true story. Now, did Rob Burgundy lived? No, 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 he didn't. But he thought about it, and because he thought about it, right? Rob Burgundy is your picture perfect John Doe. So John Doe is when you find a body and you don't have identification, right? Rob Burgundy is your John Doe. You can take out the face of Will Ferrell, the name, but every single person name and face that did some radio at one point, and the movie works. Brilliant, John Doe. If the first movie was about equality of sex in the workplace, the second movie is the death of a media. So see, this already happened. We have another Rob Burgundy. And guess what? This Rob Burgundy, you know what? You know how awesome this is? I can basically do this. I can go a bit further. So I'm still in the mirror. Ain't that nice? Oh, wouldn't it be nice? Dun, 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 dun. Put in the comments the lyrics, and I'll possibly sing them in the next video. Or say don't sing, so I won't sing. The second one is beautiful. So the second one is about death of media. So the news, see, Rob Burgundy, right? The movie, not the character, but the movie, is a perfect portrayal of real life. Your boy is a fucking grandpa. People call me Pappy. Laurence call me Pappy. Well, Laurence is like, I think she's like 15, but she called me Pappy. And which is Pappy is grandpa in French. So don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. But I'm old as shit. There was a time where I remember, okay, that radio was being listened to day in, day out. Then, a couple of years after, we went to TV. But something magical happened. People were looking for a new media. They were looking for a new way to consume media. But no, you know what? Let's put it like that. As a content creator, this touched me. Here, maybe here. You thought I was gonna touch on something else, you disgusting pig. So it's super easy. As a content creator, right? You're seeing this, and you're like, you know what? I don't like the container. Or you cannot see this and say, I like the content inside the container. People wanted content, right? But they wanted to change container, right? They wanted the same delicious energy drink, now 10 calories. Not a sponsor, but could be. Okay, so little behind the scene, little side notes. Rob Burgundy being the movie being about media, that's gonna be funny to add a sponsor. I thought it was funny, and that's why we're adding it, right? So second movie is exactly that. People just finished watching the radio, listening to radio, trying to watch TV, but they're so used into listening to the news. They listen to the news. Now something changed. There's a lot more on TV. A lot of things we're willing to change. We're ready to change. Fuck your news. Fuck your news network. Right? We don't give a shit. So the best thing happened. They take a note and they do it 24/7. And this touches me personally. So in the beginning of the apartment, right? And I talk about this. We'll do a really quick recap. Your boy was the definition of broke as fuck. Broke as fuck. Okay? Didn't have TV, didn't have cable, but I had a radio, and I found a radio station that would do 24/7. Most of the time, it was complete shit. It was something to watch, and in the movie, that's what it is. And they're like, "Yo, we're gonna be doing radio, and then people are leaving the radio." So Ron said, "You know what? We're gonna make a more sensational news," which. Again, because I'm a grandpapa, we're gonna go back to the 90s, 2000, right? And we're gonna go with a song called "Sugar" by System of a Down, where I have to listen to it, or I can just show you. Come on, ink. You're clumsier than shit. There you go. Now, all I do.
An unidentified man is being held for questioning by the FBI for suspected links to last month's biological virus deaths. In local news, a dog named Hero takes the grand prize at the annual, I wish I could tell you more pertinent news, but we're in a rating system here, and the key factor is sensationalism. They've got you running in circles 9 to 5.
And from 5 to 9, you're mine. Tell what you want you to know, and you consider it the truth. Nobody's opening their eyes. Our problem with the economy of our national resources. And are you happy? Glide. I walked through the system. And I believe it's the perfect picture of a very funny movie, which is Rob Burgundy 2. So, Rob Burgundy 2 thinks about the rating. So what he started doing, he started faking news. And he started taking news and really, really pushing them on. Right? And this movie is about it. The movie is owned by a guy who owns an airplane. There's a problem with the airplane which killed a lot of people. They're hiding the news. They do one of the first. They do one of the first car chase. Now, if you were born in the 90s, if you were born in the 2000, you lucky son of a bitch. You saw that. Now, you didn't see this car chase, but you saw a car chase, didn't you? And that was the beauty of it. The beauty of it wasn't the news anymore. It was about what people wanted to watch. People didn't care about the economy anymore. People didn't care about the world colliding. People didn't care about how many people die in a country that we aren't in. People cared about a car chase. The death of a nation. You want to know the death of a nation? Little side note. You want to know the death of a nation? Right? Misinformation. When all the information that you are being provided have been spoon-fed. Because when information has been spoon-fed, okay, they're deciding what you listen to and what you don't listen to, right? So now you don't have access to information, right? You're being spoon-fed information. So imagine going to a restaurant, okay, and you feel like eating a steak, right? But then they tell you, no, it's a vegan restaurant. So you're like, okay, well, I don't mind. I'll take something that doesn't have to do with meat. I'll take a nice little piece of sushi, which is a vegan, by the way. Okay, it's gonna be good. They say, no, we don't do sushi. We only do one meal. So now you're in a restaurant, right? And you only have one meal. Are you gonna take your stuff? Are you gonna leave the restaurant? Are you gonna order this because you're too lazy to do elsewhere? That's what happened with the rating system. The rating system isn't that. The rating system is, I'm too lazy to look at the information. You're telling me something, I trust you. Right? That sucks. Ron Burgundy number 2 is that. And it's just how far we can go. Now, they were the leader. And it is nice because the second movie is a depiction of Ron that we haven't seen before. Ron started lying, or Ron started being addicted to a rating. He wants to do better, which is something we see a lot with content creator, right? A different media, however, it somehow works, right? And the thing with Ron is that he's so in love with the rating that he forgets who he really is. It's not about Ron Burgundy, it's about how can I get more eyes, how can I get more views. I have to comb my hair because it's a fucking mess, isn't it? And that's a problem. And that's the movie. And then he loses his son. They didn't lose him, but his son didn't know who he was. And I think it's a perfect depiction of Ron not knowing who he was anymore. It's a great movie. Absolutely phenomenal. If you want to watch 2 good movies, really good, Rob Burgundy is your choice. And my complaint was they were doing something the first time and the second time. So there's this scene, right? There's this scene where they're both fighting. They're fighting other cruise member, other radio team. And the best thing about it is Steve Carell, which again is possibly my favorite member of the movie, right? In the first movie, he had a hand grenade. And they ask him, because I watched the 2 movies back and back, I can remember, Brick, which is his name, where did you find a hand grenade? And his answer is, I don't know. In the second movie, he brings a gun from the future, and they ask him, Brick, where did you find this gun? What does Brick say? I don't know. So you see, it's not about repetition. It's about continuation. It's a very different topic. Very, very different topic. Very, very different. Something is good, something is bad. Anywho, love it guys. Take it easy. Peace.